Welcome, viewers, to another fabulous episode of Unapologetically Free. Now, today we are going to talk about how No Fap helps you improve your social skills. Now, first up, you have to understand that in general, after the initial first 2 weeks to 1 month, basically the benefits that you will get from semen retention would have peaked because most of the time, from my own experience, basically I will have a wet dream perhaps every 1 month to 1.5 months, and therefore from the 1 month mark onwards, a lot of the benefits that come from NoFap will instead come from brain healing, which takes longer depending on how much you messed up your own brain through yourself watching pornography. Now, how this works is because watching pornography, by stimulating your brain unnaturally, messes up your dopamine, as I mentioned in the videos before, by decreasing the number of dopamine receptors, because your brain mistakenly assumes that all the dopamine coming in means that there is no need to have so many rather, receptors. So do this long enough, your brain gets desensitized, and of course, by stopping pornography, your brain starts to heal and starts to be more sensitive. Now, specifically, the compound that we are interested in is this thing called dopamine. Now, some people are mistaken in the sense that they assume that dopamine is meant for pleasure. Now, for the people who really know, dopamine is meant for not pleasure, but rather motivation. That is to say, when perhaps, let's just use a fapping example. When you see a sexually stimulating picture on your computer, your dopamine starts to work, getting you more and more motivated to stroke your dick. Now, of course, this is a negative example, but your brain will keep on pumping out dopamine, get you more and more motivated, more and more excited until you screw up. But that is because your brain assumes that the pixels you see on the screen is a real person. And that is the reason why it's a screw up, because imagine if it is a real person. What dopamine does for you is it gives you the motivation to want to talk to people and make friends, or to talk to the girl of your dream, and in general to pursue the things in life that you are passionate about. Dopamine to me is the passion hormone. And that is one of the reasons why sometimes when I see guys on the street, immediately I think of myself, number one, I think they are like nerds, but not because they like the nerdy stuff, but because of the second part, which is I think because they look so depressed, they look like people that just constantly jerk off, and jerk off, and they just lose all the nutrients and lose all the motivation that they have in life. And that is why, once again, dopamine is meant for motivation, not pleasure. This is great news for all of you out there who have issues, for example, with social anxiety, and who have issues in general with socializing, because when your dopamine receptors normalize, your brain will function the way it is meant to, and you will be able to experience, once again, excitement in having a conversation. And of course, all the other benefits from semen retention and your brain healing, such as being calm, in a conversation would most definitely help you become a better socializer. Now, before I end off, I'll just share this short story of what I experienced today that made me feel that I have improved socially. Not so much because I've had a lot of social training, but rather because my brain is now healing. And the story goes that basically at my college, a university, I have this running event, and basically after the run, we gather in a room where we'll just play cards and just have a conversation. There were around 20-30 people in the room, and throughout this event, I was able to just be very calm, collected, comfortable, and just make apt responses, draw some laughter, and just be able to socialize, mingle, share life, to be able to get to know people as well as get myself known without feeling this gnawing sense of self doubt, uncertainty, and all the likes, which I do experience a lot, especially during days that I am fapping and watching pornography. I tell you, the brain healing is just so wonderful, okay? And I'm just so convinced that even at day 84, the work is still not done, and my brain will still continue to heal itself. And when I allow my brain to do the work, all the needs that I have, be it socializing, be it being able to be motivated, all these things come so much more naturally when you don't consciously screw up your brain. This is so key. This is so key. And at the end of the day, once again, the practical tip is this: don't touch your dick and go get alive. Start taking action. Push through the pain, especially the initial 3 weeks. Just push through the pain and you will emerge. Push through the temptations when you feel that sense of wanting to jerk off. Use that energy. Make sure you know what to do with your energy. And I tell you, it will be a wonderful day when you emerge from all of this with so much more success and so much more joy in your life. And I look forward to seeing that in you and with you. Now, if you like this video, like it, subscribe, comment, share this video, and I'll see you again.